Oh man. Okay. We're back and we're doing what we always do. We're sitting here not doing a dang thing important. But we got the final piece of wannabe-ism right here. Ooh, it's tight. We got it right here, guys. Let's fast forward. Yes. Oh God, we got an aluminum wing. They were running a Labor Day sale, and at Drag Solutions, this is where I got it from. You know, I would say that probably I obviously haven't pulled it apart or, you know, really, I just opened it like you guys saw it. And I've never had one, obviously. Never, well, I say obviously, I've never had one, never had a car with one, blah, blah, blah. I personally am not a monster fan of the way notches look. I understand if you like them, whether just nothing, just the way they are from the factory, that's fine. I myself am not a huge fan. I've always been a hatchback guy. I like hatchbacks. I just don't hate coupes or anything like that. I just, you know, I think they look much better when they have some type of a front spoiler on them and when they've got like a rear wing on them. When they look like a race car. I think they make fantastic looking race cars. I just don't like them stock. I just don't like them as much stock. So when I put the nose piece, when I put the piece on McNugget after I painted it all black, I was like, hey, you know, I like it better like this. It looks kind of cool black, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I just wasn't still like in love with it. I put that Cervini's, whatever that rubber nose piece thing is, screwed that on, and I was like, wow, this actually looks pretty decent. I mean, I think it looks kind of cool. But I didn't like the rear of the car because now the car looks weird. To me, it's just me. And that's ultimately the only person that matters. If I like it, that's all that matters. And I'm like, man, this thing like needs a wing or something. So I started saving my pennies, and they're not cheap. You know, Team Z, Motion, you know, Racecraft, nobody, they're not cheap. And then by the time you ship them, they're definitely not cheap. So Drag Solutions had a wing, and of course they all look a little different here and there. Drag Solutions had one that I liked the look of it. I thought it looked good enough, and they had a sale price. They were running a Labor Day sale, and then with the shipping and stuff, it was what I considered reasonable. So I pulled the trigger and got it, and spent all my money. Really spent all my money after buying steering column. So I'm probably not gonna paint this, even though I'm not above painting it, you know, just scuffing it a little bit, shooting it, and just painting it. So that's what we got. we got us a drag wing. Again, like I say, I'm not bashing on it or anything like that. I'm just saying that it's probably like a Motion wing, or Team Z might be nicer. They're also more expensive, or at least what I would have paid. They're way more expensive. This was probably what I paid with it shipped and stuff. It was like $360. So that was probably, and the Team Z's, they start at like $390, $395 or something. Motion's another $100. And then shipping is another, so probably about 25%. Anyway, it's just gotta look good enough. In this case, the cheaper was the better, and it don't have to look perfect. Trust me, by the time I screw it on, it ain't gonna look good anyway. It's gonna look like probably dog crap, but it'll be our dog crap. So anyway, this is what we got. It wasn't supposed to be here till Monday, and then I saw that it was going to be shipped today, or coming in today, so I got it. Anyway, we got it. It's ours, you know, for better or for worse. Probably don't really weigh that much either. But we'll see you guys in the next clip. Holy crap. Fuel cell we'll be using to replace that. So, light. Easy to fill too, even though I don't have a fuel pressure or a fuel level gauge. I always just pop it open and kind of have an idea. I always kind of get an idea of how far I can go anyway, so boom. Side note on the Wing, it doesn't come with any instructions. It doesn't come with any of the braces pre-drilled. Nothing's pre-drilled. So that is that. I guess they assume that, hey, if you're buying a Wing, you can figure out how to put it on. So, but it is kind of always nice to have a little bit of instruction just from a starting point. There's a couple different videos of Motion putting wings on, and some other people that have put wings on different cars. You can kind of get an idea of what you're, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory, but I'm a guy that when Teresa buys something, I make sure all the parts are there, and then I read the instructions. So while I do fly by the seat of my pants on a lot of different things, stuff like this, I like to kind of have a rough idea of how are we going to do this. So probably just do it like how Motion did it and mark off the trunk lid, measure some stuff out. I'll drill some holes. It's all rivets. Everything on the thing, everything is all riveted together. It's not bolted together. Not that you can't bolt it together if you don't want to. I mean, I could if I want to, but we'll start out riveting it, and then see how that all works out. Honestly, it's probably going to look like crap, but because I am not good with precision measuring or doing things where they look really nice, I'm just not any good at it. But if it looks good enough for me, that's all that really matters, and I think I'm gonna be happy with it, because the car is just gonna look, to me, what I want it to look like. So you can't be a wannabe racer if you don't have a Wing, and I am a true wannabe. So boom. Not even close to being done, but and I'm not 100% sure how level it is. Of course, the trunk lid goes like that, so we'll see. The good news is it's just rivets, so you can always just drill them out. Start over, bolt it in. This is a fiberglass trunk lid, so I'm not sure, how all that's going to work out. Car's, again, not fast enough to really put any stress on it. Again, it only weighs 7 pounds. We're also going to screw it and rivet it in here. We also didn't pay much for this trunk lid. So what I'm getting at is we're not working with something priceless or, oh my gosh, I got to be perfect. It's just like, hey, it looks pretty good. It looks okay. I'm happy with it. Boom, we're good to go. Let's go. So anyway, we got it kind of roughly riveted in, and then I'm going to kind of lay it on. We still got to drill holes here and then rivet it through the blah blah. We got a lot to do. All right. We are working our way right on through this, and we've just abandoned all hope of it being whatever. It's just, let's get this son of a gun screwed down, screwed up, riveted. Let's just do all of it and get it. Then we'll just shoot it flat black, and from 50 feet and a hard squint, you're like, man, that looks like a race car. So it just matches everything else on the car. So anyway, now I'm gonna drill some holes up through the supports and then rivet. I've already got a couple in the deck lid here. So like I say, I mean, I have definitely, I want to say, paid more for less kind of a deal. It's just, I don't know, certain things I pay money for, and I'm like, man, I got to kind of be careful. And the other stuff I pay a bunch of money, more money for, and I'm like, oh crap, I dropped, whatever, screw it. I don't know, makes no sense. Okay, we've got 4, and we've got it all the way across. Like I say, fiberglass deck lid. We're also going to add 2 pins on the deck lid up here. In the end, if we're not happy, we can just drill the rivets out, and then we can put it on a factory deck lid. We have one laying around, but again, this is strictly cosmetic. Strictly cosmetic. It's not meant to really do anything. So we aren't fast enough to need one, and probably never will be. But I'm already much happier with the way it looks. I don't know if I'm gonna shoot it. I have to wait and see if I'm gonna shoot it black. How about we paint it gold? I think overall, I'm pretty happy with it. You know, of course, it's not perfect. I had something to do with it. Of course, that's going to make it 100% not perfect, but I think it looks cool. Yes, I'm a total poser. I didn't put the wicker on it. I just don't need it. But yeah, it's a, you know, I'm a total wannabe, but that's cool. At least for me, again, it only matters if I like it. So, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the way the overall car is looked now. So anyway, I actually contacted a place about one for the fail TD. It was like $1,000. I was like, yeah, I might pass on that. I don't need one that bad on the fail TD. So anyway, this one's, I'm more comfortable obviously cutting this car, making it race car-y than the fail TD, which, as I've said multiple times, I'm happy with. Don't need anything. You know, I don't really want to mess with it a whole lot, so I'm okay hacking and slashing on this thing, because, you know, I'm hoping that when we get it back all together and get it running, that it's going to be a lot of fun, you know, and I'm going to be able to just race it for a little while and be able to focus on some of the other cars and just race it and have a good time with it. So anyway, there we go. Got the wing on. Sweet. Just got done editing the vid. Got the wing on. I'm happy with it. I'm happier with it than when I probably first opened the box, because you never know how it's going to look on the car. So I'm pretty happy with how it looks on the car. We're probably going to add, I've already got them, I've had them for a couple months now, a couple of extra hood pins here just to give the trunk lid a little bit of extra strength. So like I say, this car's not fast enough to need a wing. Strictly cosmetic, strictly for looks, but I'm happy with it. So there we go. Anyway, we've got I would have worked on Trojan today, but this was not supposed to be here till next week, but it came in early, so I wanted to be here to get it. Same thing with steering column. So my plan is to work on Trojan horse tomorrow, which I don't know what that day will be for you guys, but it'll be Sunday for me. Work on Trojan. And like I say, weather's cooling off, so we've got plenty of work to do. We got stuff to do to Rob, we got stuff to do to Trojan, we got stuff, a lot of stuff to do to this car. We got stuff to do to other cars. We just, you know, we got to get to work. A lot of it is, we've got a lot of stuff we can do without having to spend any money, and that's good. So we got to get that. We need to get some of that stuff running and not spend any money. So anyway, like I say, everyone works off a budget. But thanks for commenting, thanks for subscribing, thanks for all the ways you guys support the channel. We couldn't do it without you. We wouldn't want to. Especially though, thanks for watching. And until next time on the substandard leader of Fox Body videos on this here man's YouTube, one and only Lincoln, 4 drag vans, and as always, fighting the good fight against Dr. Fear. We'll see you guys in the next video.